Hi and welcome to Lincolnshire Fenn Crafts needle felting tutorials for beginners. You can follow the links below to watch my really easy tutorials teaching you how to create all the basic needle felting shapes. If you've joined me for the previous video, then you will have learned how to create this nice cute little nose and mouth to your animals. I'm using sheep today as the example, but they can be used for any animals. So today we're going to add the finishing touches, which is going to be sewing on the little black glass beads that I have here and adding some eyebrows for dimension. So I just get straight to it. Again, make sure that that head's nice and firm before you start felting into it. It creates a really nice base and it saves distorting the features when you're felting and adding the eyes. So really simply, needle and thread that will match your beads. Make sure you've got the head the right way up. I've lost count of the amount of times I've put the eyes on upside down. Okay, so we're going to start just forward from the ears, sort of almost halfway along the face, and we're just going to push the needle and thread through one side and then to the other. The needle and thread does not need to be knotted because it will just tangle up in the fibres in the wool. So just pull that across. We'll get rid of those threads in a little while, those visible threads, and we're just going to sew backwards and forwards 2 or 3 times through the same or roughly the same area. Doesn't matter if you don't go through the hole exactly, as long as it's just in the same area. We're going to cover that up with the bead. Okay, so I've done that about 3 times. That's quite secure now. And all I'm going to do is the black glass beads have a hole in the middle. These are 4mm beads. Pull that on so it sits where you want the eye to be. So these are 4mm beads, which are perfect for these size animals, and sometimes I use 6mm as well if I'm working on something larger. And then just pull that through and you can see that eye just popping into position there. Now go back through from the same area, push through. You can either go through the centre of the needle or just up underneath the bead, it really doesn't matter. And then back through again, under the bead and across to the other side of the face. Secure it, pull it quite tight, not so much that you break the thread, and then get your other bead and pop that over the needle, there, and down onto the other eye. It's that simple. And then again, just sew under where the eye's sitting a couple of times, go backwards and forwards, pull it nice and tight so it's not flopping about. And once you've done that a couple of times, go under the eye and bring the needle through the back of the head to finish. And that's it, your eyes are then sewn on. Snip that off, get rid of your needle. So there we have the eyes that are on. Now if they're not quite in the right spot, you can just move them around. There's still some sort of waggle room there for them. And then if you've got a lot of fluffy areas, then just go around the eye gently and just tease that wool in. And you can even sort of create a little socket area for the eye as well. Okay, so those eyes might look a little bit lopsided. Let me just adjust that. The great thing about wool as well is you can pull it around a lot. Okay, so we're going to add some eyebrows just to add some dimension and detail. So you just want 2 little pieces of wool. It can be wool tops, roving, carded, it really doesn't matter what it is. This is Shetland that I'm using, Shetland wool top. And then just take that little piece in between your fingers or on the palm of your hand and just rough it up so the fibres start to tangle. We're not actually going to use the needle for this at all, we don't need to. And then press really firmly in the palm of your hand until we've created a little seed shape, and then do the same, come back, do the same in the other hand. Again, create that seed shape, so you will have 2 seed shapes, and nowhere near identical, but that doesn't matter. Then what we do, we take one end and we just push that gently down the side of the bead, not across the face, actually tuck it in down the side of the bead because we don't want to distort any of this, and then bring it round. I'll put a little bit much on there, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that off again. This is how easy it is. If it's not right, pull it off because it will never be right. Again, I've reduced that size. Pop that in there, that's better, and then that just tucks in nicely down the side of the eye, as you can see, giving the eye some dimension. And then repeat for the other side. I think I'll pull a little bit of this off as well. As you can see, it's quite easy to just pull a little bit off if it's too much. Always start off with less than you need. You can always add to it. And again, attach one side and then the other, and then just tease it into place. Have a look at it, make sure they're both even. I'm quite pleased with that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Squish the face. And there we have little eye details. So when you're finished, whatever you're using, it could be a hare, sheep, mouse, fox, whatever you're doing, the same technique applies. And then with this sheep, as you can see under there, we've got these nice details on the eyes, and we've got this lovely little curly bit just sitting over there. Okay, thanks for watching.